Week 2 of the 2024 NFL season is in the books. We had a nail-biter out in Philadelphia on Monday night between the Falcons and the Eagles. Let's talk about it. This is Rivet City Red Zone's Halftime Heat. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Rivet City Red Zone's Halftime Heat. My name is Metal Mike. I am your host, and I have to tell you guys right now, before we get into talking about Week 2, head over to Rivet City Radio and Off the Top Media's Twitch and YouTube channels. Hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, turn those notifications on, check out all the great content going on throughout the networks throughout the week. Also, patreon.com/Rivet City Radio. Check out all the great content going on over there. Promise you will not be disappointed. Now, we are going to get into recapping Week 2. But before we get into the rest of everything that came out of Week 2 with the injuries and NFL news coming out, we are going to get into what happened on Monday night between the Falcons and Eagles out in Philadelphia. Now, the Eagles were doing a tribute to Nick Foles, the man that helped them earn a world championship after Carson Wentz went down against the Rams late into the season. Nick Foles took the Eagles through the playoffs, ended up hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, and defeating the New England Patriots. And Nick Foles getting recognized at the Eagles game on Monday night against the Falcons. But let's run down the recap of the Falcons and the Eagles. Second quarter, 11:22 left in the second quarter. Youngwoo Koo kicks a 39-yard field goal to put the Falcons up 3-0. The Eagles were to respond with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second quarter, where Jalen Hurts would throw a 13-yard touchdown pass to Devontae Smith in the back of the end zone to put the Eagles up 7-3. With 6 seconds left in the first half, Koo will come out again, kicking a 22-yard field goal, still having the Eagles up 7-6, but the Falcons are inching closer to trying to take that lead. They did not wait long coming out of the half with 10 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Koo comes out again, kicks a 34-yard field goal, putting the Falcons up 9-7. The Eagles did not wait long to respond with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Jake Elliott comes out, kicks a 32-yard field goal, and puts the Eagles up 10-9. The Falcons late in the third quarter with minute 21 left. Kirk Cousins throws a bomb down to Darnell Mooney to put the Falcons up 15-10. Now, they did attempt a 2-point conversion, but it was not good. The Falcons stayed up 15-10. And that pass to Darnell Mooney was a 52-yard touchdown pass. Going into the fourth quarter with 6 minutes, 47 seconds left, Jalen Hurts runs a 1-yard run into the end zone for a touchdown, putting the Eagles up 16-15. They then go out for the 2-point conversion and get it. It's good. Eagles up 18-15. With a minute 40 left in the game, Jake Elliott comes out for the Eagles, kicking a 28-yard field goal, putting the Eagles up more, 21-15. And you're thinking, all right, the Eagles got this. The defense has to come out, stop the Falcons. But the Falcons came out and they cut through the Eagles defense like a knife through melted butter. The Falcons went down, drove, scored a touchdown with 38 seconds left. It was a 7-yard touchdown pass from Kirk Cousins to Drake London, putting the Falcons up 22-21. Now the Eagles had an opportunity. They were driving downfield, but it was not enough as Jalen Hurts were to throw an interception and giving the Falcons the 22-21 win on Monday night. Both teams 1-1 coming out of Week 2 and going into their Week 3 matchups. So congratulations to the Falcons for picking up their first win of the season. And the Eagles, they end up going into their Week 3 matchup against the Saints 1-1. And they will end up on the road in Week 3 going to New Orleans. Now, let's get into the news coming out of Week 2. Oh, my Monday Night Football player of the game. It was a tough decision to make because this was a very back and forth defensively played game. Both quarterbacks under pressure, couldn't get the offenses really going until later on in the game. My player of the game is Darnell Mooney, who caught a 42-yard touchdown pass from Kirk Cousins. Congratulations, wide receiver Darnell Mooney from the Falcons. You are my player of the game from Monday night. Now, some of the news coming out of week 2. Wide receiver Deebo Samuels from the 49ers is going to miss some time. He has a calf injury. It is not known how much he's going to miss, but he is going to be out for several weeks, being placed on IR for the 49ers. The Panthers, they decided to bench Bryce Young after the first 2 weeks of the season. Andy Dalton will be replacing him as the starting quarterback moving forward or until further notice. The Titans are making a big decision. There's a possibility that they may bench quarterback Will Levis after the first 2 weeks and the Titans going 0-2. There's a possibility that we may see Mason Rudolph starting for the Titans in week 3. The Chiefs, they suffered a big loss in their running back position. Isaiah Pacheco, he has a fractured fibula. It is going to need surgery, and it is right now determined that the minimum is going to be 6 weeks missed. So there's a possibility he may miss more, but it is guaranteed he is going to miss 6 weeks. The Chiefs did go out and sign Kareem Hunt yesterday. So Kareem Hunt will now be the starting running back, as far as we know, for the Chiefs moving forward. So congratulations, Kareem Hunt. You're on a roster for the season. I always said it that I think the Browns should have kept him, especially with Nick Chubb being down. Kareem Hunt knows the system in Cleveland. He's always done great things in Cleveland for his career, but he is now going to the defending world champions and may have an opportunity to win a world championship if the Chiefs three-peat this year. So congratulations, Kareem Hunt, for getting onto a new roster and a roster that can possibly take you to a championship. The Rams, they lost wide receiver Cooper Kupp. He's going to miss some extended time due to an ankle injury. So a huge loss there for the receiving room for the Rams. And Matthew Stafford, last year for the Rams, you've seen it, Puka Nacua was a huge, huge benefit to the Rams wide receiver room, but Puka Nacua is also out. So a big loss for the Rams and losing Cooper Kupp because last week they lost Puka Nacua. So we'll have to see what the Rams do moving forward. And good luck to the Rams to figure that out. You know, it's going to be a tough thing because there are wide receivers out there on the market, but not a lot of WR1s. Not a lot of WR1s. So this is going to be a tough task for the Rams moving forward with their receiving core. The news came out yesterday that Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is indefinitely out. He was placed on IR. Now, it is known that he is going to miss the minimum of 4 games due to his concussion, but there is a possibility he may miss more. This story has been going on since he suffered the injury on the Thursday nighter in week 2, back on Thursday night, and we finally got an answer yesterday that he is going to miss at least 4 weeks, and there's a possibility that he may miss more. As you guys know, I do pick my player of the week. And I did my homework, and I said to myself, you know what, Mike? You picked one player of the week last week, and 2 guys this week had a big game. And I mean that in the fact that I have 2 players of the week. They play for the same team because they played in the same game. My 2 players of the week this week, number 1 is quarterback Kyler Murray of the Cardinals. He went 17 of 21, threw for 266 yards and 3 touchdowns with a final QBR of 158.3. Huge game for Kyler Murray. And that's not all, because his wide receiver, the rookie Marvin Harrison Jr., 4 catches for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Those are my players of week 2. So congratulations to quarterback Kyler Murray and wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. of the Cardinals. You are my players of the week. one more fun fact coming out of week 2. Now, we all thought, you know what? The Saints coming out of last year didn't look too good. They were kind of in a rebuild mode, even though they had a star quarterback in Derek Carr, but they weren't looking too promising. Coming out of the offseason, coming out of training camp, you see the interviews by some of the players, and it's like they don't sound too confident in themselves. Well, the confidence is there. The Saints in the past 2 weeks have put up 91 points. That is huge. Huge for a team to do in the first 2 weeks of the regular season. So the Saints, I think they're a sleeper team, a team that is not under the radar of anybody right now. And I will say this as an Eagles fan. I'm a little shaken and kind of scared going into New Orleans this week. I'm just saying that right now because the Saints are riding high at 2-0 and they are looking good, scoring the most points in the league. Well, that's all I got for you guys here on Rivet City Red Zone's Halftime Heat this episode. I want to thank everybody for checking out the episodes, this episode and past episodes. Remember, head over to Rivet City Radio's Twitch and Rivet City Radio and Off the Top Media's Twitch and YouTube channels. Hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, turn those notifications on. Check out all the great content going on throughout the network throughout the week. We got on Monday nights the table spot with myself and Mr. Cam G right after Monday Night Raw at 11:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, we got Nerdy News at 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by NXT on Tap at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Wednesdays, we got The Boom after AEW Dynamite at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we got Boss Bitch Trivia on Thursdays, but earlier in the day, another episode of Nerdy News at 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Friday night, we got Friday Night Review right after Friday Night SmackDown at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then right back on Sundays for Rivet City Red Zone at 11 a.m. And then we close it out with Botch and Chair Shots at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So head over to Rivet City Radio and Off the Top Media's Twitch and YouTube channels. Follow, subscribe, turn the notifications on. Check out all that great content. Also, patreon.com/Rivet City Radio. Head over there. Check out all the great content. Promise you will not be disappointed and will not break your bank. Until next time, thank you everybody for joining me here on Rivet City Red Zone's Halftime Heat. You have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you after the Thursday night game on Thursday night for a Friday episode of Rivet City Red Zone's Halftime Heat.